pictures we were showing you a moment ago about events at Dubai, this crash landing of a plane coming in from India. Our transport correspondent Richard Westcott is with me as we see those scenes from Dubai airport. Again, what's known at this stage, Richard?
Well, very little, unfortunately. Only what we can really glean from things that have been put out by the airline, which is not very much. They're saying there were 275 people on board. They're suggesting at the moment that there are no serious injuries. Touch wood, it stays that way. We don't know for certain yet. Clearly there was a fire, you can see that. It looks, from just looking at the aircraft and from photos that I've seen, obviously that the wheels aren't down, so that suggests quite a significant issue. Did the undercarriage come down and it collapsed? Was there a problem with the undercarriage? Why is that significant? Well, that could affect how the pilot parks the plane. I know it doesn't sound like the sort of thing you'd be thinking about when you're landing an aircraft that might be on fire, but it's critical to park it in a way where the wind is blowing in the opposite direction. It doesn't blow the smoke through the cabin, doesn't spread the fire as well, so he may have had very little control over the landing itself. Also, looking at another photo, it looks like the escape chute that they deploy, the big thing that blows out at the back and the front, was deployed. Now, we don't know how that was deployed, if it was deployed intentionally, if that's how people escaped. We don't really know what's happened to the people on board. So it's all very scant at the moment, but obviously fires, incredibly serious. You talk to any pilot, it's the thing they fear most when they're flying around is fires. And it is a progressive problem. We've had Egypt Air recently, pretty convinced now that was down to a fire. We don't know what started it yet. As we all carry more lithium batteries on board aircraft and computers and phones and all the rest of it, a lot of safety experts are progressively more worried about fires on aircraft, specifically because of those batteries. So this will be a major concern. Relatively modern plane, good airline, good safety record, and you get pictures like that.
The relief, therefore, will be that it doesn't appear that there have been any significant casualties here.
Yes, touch wood. I mean, we know that airlines, that pilots, that airports are very well briefed on what to do if there's an emergency landing, how to get people off quickly, how to stop people panicking. The smoke is the major issue. We had that terrible fire at Manchester Airport in the 80s, and that lots of people on board that died because of the smoke. We learnt a lot of lessons from that. Now you'll see there are lights in the aisles to guide you if you're crawling on your hands and knees through smoke. Those lights don't rely on electrical power. They're actually powered by light, and then when it goes dark they come on, so they don't need batteries, so it doesn't matter if the power goes on an aircraft. There's all kinds of things like that. What filling they put in the seats and how staff are trained to get people off quickly. This is not a small aircraft, it's a 777. They use it for big flights, 200-300 people on board. It's not easy to get everyone off safely. Touch wood, it looks like they have so far.
OK. Richard, thank you very much. Richard Westcott there. A British man